I'm ready.
All right, dude.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, welcome.
Welcome. This is the
Anthony and Amandla show, where the conversation never ends.
Hey, finally getting off the ground.
I know, man. It's happening, bro. It's happening.
This is like, what, years in the making, low-key
Yeah,
it feels like.
He's Anthony. I'm
Just in case y'all
Amandla.
didn't know.
You know what I'm saying? Switch it up a little bit.
We are also here with our great friend over here, Jose.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Partner in crime creating
Sick.
and steering our ship.
Yeah, man.
Without him, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, he's amazing. Thank you again, bro.
Hats off. He'll also be continuing the conversation with us as well. So we can't wait to hear what he has to say because very insightful things to say.
And but real quick, right before we get started, another shout out to Ethos Society here in Koreatown, helping us out, giving us a place.
Shout out to Abe and Charles for giving us the space to
Big ups, man. You're doing good.
to chase our dreams, man.
Yeah.
It's we wouldn't be here without them. So big shout out to them. They're making our dreams happen.
Yeah. All right, cool. We're gonna get started. All right, so we'll just give like brief bios about ourselves. Again, I'm Amandla Bearden. Favorite movies: The Matrix. Went to Cal State Long Beach to get my bachelor's in acting, and now then I graduated from UC LB.
There you go, baby.
And then I got my master's from UC Irvine, and now I've been a couple years just acting and working.
What was the master's in, sir?
Oh, master's in drama.
I am a drama major.
I'll be at Starbucks. I have my diploma with me with my pinky up, like.
Drama over here.
All right, man, tell me what you're doing.
Yeah. So my name is Anthony. Thank y'all for listening in. This has been years in the making. Literally, been talking about this forever.
Real talk.
I also went to Cal State Long Beach where we met. Did theater over there. Shout out to Long Beach. I am going to grad school at Cal Arts, so I am also going to get my MFA in acting, and I start in September. We don't need no audio. We create the audio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, big ups. Congrats again, bro. Getting into Cal Arts.
It'll be good times. It's been 4 years in the making trying to get into grad school, and it finally made it happen, man. And we're about trying to make what we want come to fruition.
Let's see, on the LeBron grind. It's like 4 times. I got it the 5th.
Oh my God. But yeah, no, I mean that's kind of what we are about. We are about trying to chase the things we want most in life, and we want to inspire y'all to do that as well.
The main reason we made this. So yeah, hopefully it helps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we'll be honest. You know, we'll be upfront, and you know, no matter how much it hurts, we'll go towards that. So you know that's what this is going to be about. You know, so we'll all be figuring it out as we go. But yeah,
and eventually we would love to also bring other amazing artistic individuals as well, but other
we charging. We gonna charge. No, I'm joking.
No, I mean I think just amazing people in general. You know, not just actors who can share stories, but you know we do want to share stories of all people in here, so that you know we can give them a voice, just like others who helped us get our voice.
Again, shout out to Abe and Ethos, you know what I'm saying? Second time.
Ethos,
you know what I'm saying?
2 times. But yeah, you know what? It's kind
Abe's.
of
Sorry.
No, that's funny, bro. It's kind of a trip because, you know, it's like I believe in that, you know, things happen, you know, we were meant to do this.
Yeah.
And we talked about it for so long, but now we got to the point where we could actually do it. And it literally is about taking the action to do the thing you want most in life. And that's what we're about. I mean, we are just like anyone else who strive for better things and a better life. But at the same time, you know, we understand.
Just a couple Kawhis, you know what I'm saying? Looking for another ring.
You the real Kawhi, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh, got the crispy. Oh, it ain't crispy. I got the bucket on.
Yeah, that's right. You got the head on. You'll be flashing it once it gets redone, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, it looks like you've been driving with the windows down.
Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, Jose, I feel like we've introed. Do you want to just give a quick intro on you so they know a little bit about you before we, you know, keep going?
I mean, I also graduated with BA in theater. I mean, we all met through that process.
We met
at Cal State. Was it Monterey Bay?
Monterey Bay. Yep.
Summer Arts.
Summer Arts.
Yeah.
You know, about the process.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
And I think this is something exciting we're going to continue and just being about is just the process and what it takes to just kind of like for lack of a better phrase, make it.
Yeah.
Because it's not always what it is. You know what I mean? It's not always success being the end all be all of the results. And just being in that process and living in the moments that there are more of than there are successes, being able to share in that, I think is an amazing thing, and I'm very happy to be part of it. I'm looking forward to it.
And it's kind of crazy that it's
sick homie.
But it's also kind of it's you know, life is so interesting because it's this thing, acting and theater, brought us all together.
Yeah,
and that's how we all met in this amazing place, CSU Monterey, where we did an intensive for 13 days, where we just grinded and did acting for 12 to 13, 14 hours a day, and
was in it, man.
Literally just grinded out all day, and that's how we. Yeah, I mean we were grinding. We were in the
Dungeons
grinder.
and actions.
We were in the fire with each other.
Yeah.
But we're also learning about ourselves, and then when I linked up with Jose, I wanted to work on things, and last year we dropped the project Memory Lane, which I'm very proud of. It is literally
a year, right?
It's been a year.
1 year.
It's been a year. Yeah.
Last May. Dang.
It's crazy because it was one of those things where it was like it could have reached one person.
Yeah.
It was just like that project that was just in my mind forever, and I never put it down, and I made it come to fruition.
Damn, dude. And you know what? You were talking about it now, but I totally forgot when we were in the room and you were talking about, this is my next project. I'm going to make sure I make this thing happen.
Yep.
It's like, dang, it literally went from, you were writing it down to all that time. Bro, you were stressing too, dude. I remember.
Hey,
that's the process.
You need others to help you make your dreams come true. You know, shout out to Jose. You know what I'm saying?
2 times.
Hey, so now we're all working together, making things happen for ourselves, because in not only this industry but in this life, the things that you want and you dream for, it's not going to come to you.
Yeah, you got to work for it.
You got to really work for it and work really hard for it, like extremely hard, to the point where it's going to make you want to quit.
Yeah, super hard. Transitioning to what was happening earlier this morning, working hard, like getting here on time, sir.
Let me just start this conversation off real quick, because we're bringing Jose too, because I was literally on the phone with him on the way over here.
Yeah, some of us had some adventures on the way here in the morning.
Real quick, last night, me and you, after our shift, shout out to Alamo Draft House Cinema for giving us the opportunity to work and make some money. Shout out to them, and also dope place to work where we get to help people experience going to the movies. And
shout out Tim League
and everyone else at Alamo. We were fresh out of work, literally so rare to get off early.
And for those that are listening, this is how he continues to not talk about how he was late and just like keep stringing it on.
I just
wanted to point that out. I just want to drop that in the middle.
I just like to build context.
Yeah, Bob over here.
Yeah,
builder.
I got time. I got the mic now. I got the juice now.
Hey man, lay it on me, dog.
Okay, so last night we were talking about having a plan.
Mm-hmm.
How I think most people, including us, when we make a plan, the goal is to see the plan come forward, right?
Yeah, true.
So last night we were also talking about how we are where we are in life because plans didn't necessarily turn out the way we wanted them.
Yeah.
And every question you hit me with, it was like, did you plan for that to happen? Did you plan for this to happen? Did you plan to be here? Did you plan for grad school? No, and no. 10 years ago, definitely not. But this, last night, as I always do before I go to LA or anywhere in the area, this is what happened to me this morning.
Oh yeah.
Why were you late? I was on time, but I wasn't.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I always do, like clockwork, I check whether it's Waze or Maps. Most of the time it's Waze. It lets you predict the traffic the next day when you're about to travel somewhere. Mm-hmm. So what did I do? I was in bed, icing up, using the heat pad, getting ready, you know?
Yep.
And I was getting ready for bed, and I checked the traffic, how long would it take me?
Yeah.
And it said 42 minutes.
To get here at what time?
To get here at 9:15.
Why wouldn't you get here at 9?
Hold on. You want me to tell the story?
Huh? No, I want you to just give me one reason.
9:15, because 9:15, 15 minutes early, that's the time.
Yeah,
that
but
was the time, man.
But what happened though? I know you was doing all that stuff, but what happened to make you late?
Yeah, it was just not the right time. I woke up on the alarm I set, and it said it was gonna take an hour 20 instead of 40 minutes.
Hey, bro, I totally feel you, dog. But you know why I'm asking you this, right?
I know why you're asking me, but I'm just trying to tell the story.
No, but do you know why I'm asking you?
Tell me.
Cause I mean, you know, being a few minutes late to this is whatever. Obviously,
I knew you were gonna go there.
But you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hey, what did you tell me?
I don't know.
You said you said the way you do one thing.
I do everything right.
You got Cal Arts coming up in less than a month.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I get being 15 minutes early, but like.
That you want to like just get there when you get there.
Kobe gets a sweat going 30. Before anybody comes in.
Yeah, that's definitely You
know what I'm saying? Like, don't go to Cal Arts to be fucking Shannon Brown. I mean, I ain't hating on Shannon Brown, dog.
I was about to be like, wait,
bro. I got the crispy braids because of you, dog. Don't even trip. But you know what I'm saying? Real.
Did you just say Shannon Brown?
Hey,
all right. I just want to make sure.
Hey, bro. But I'm saying though, dude. Hey, we got Kobe right here, dog.
I got you. No, you're right. You're right. So,
bro, I've seen you, bro. You can be at Kobe status.
You're right. So today. Which is a lesson learned. I woke up thinking it was A1 and I was about to just get ready and I wasn't going to make it on time.
Yeah.
So lesson number 1, my plan didn't go as according as I wanted to.
It never will.
And it never will because that's life. Life is full of attempts at making these plans. It's attempts at shifting your life a certain way and a lot of those times it doesn't go the way you want it.
No, I feel you, dog.
And that's just how it is. And it's about learning to roll with the punch.
Yeah. I'm trying to spark a fire under your butt, though.
I know. It's sparking.
All right.
It's sparking.
Cool,
I feel it. I'm glad you're here to spark it.
Yeah, because I just remember what we were talking about. Our goals were being the example. Remember? That's what you told me.
For sure. 100%.
And I get it. I get it. There's people that aren't interested in being present. But as soon as you come
I know.
If you come in just on time, and they're there before you.
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm like, what's the saying? On time is late.
Yeah,
it's why you're early. On time is late. And I believe that because it's like, damn, like that actually is good practice. Like it's like a practical thing to be really great at because if you're always early, then you never have to worry about time.
Yep. And you know what everybody says when you get to the bigger ranks? That time is
money.
You know what I'm saying?
Money. I don't even think we need any audio like plug in. We just do all of our own
audio. All of our own stuff. A couple of Michael Winslows.
I can't do it as good as you, so you're gonna have to do all of it. You know what I'm saying?
I seen the commercial where he was with this other person and it was talking about insurance. And he was like, "Oh
my god."
He was doing that stuff, dude.
Bro, you're gonna kill me in this pod. We haven't even lift off yet.
Wait, hold up. So yeah, I ain't trying to grill you, but I feel you, dog. I feel you. And I got you.
I mean, like it's the truth. It's real. And
hey, you know what I'm saying?
It's
and call me out too and call me out on whatever you see me slipping on. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're showing up to places an hour early, and then I'm like, that's prepared, man. Just prepared. Hey, you can't. Hey, you said to me, you can never be more prepared.
And like you was telling me last night about paperwork. You know what I'm saying? You can always have more paper. You know what I'm saying?
It's hey, bro. It's better to be safe than sorry. What they tell me. That's what they tell me. But no, you're right. And you know, I called Jose called me. And what was it, my man? It was a run in with who?
You know, LA's finest over here.
Dang.
It was
bad
crazy,
boys,
man.
bad boys.
I'm turning on Adams, and you're not supposed to turn this, and I know this. Previously, I do.
Yeah. Wait, why? Because you live where?
I live in LA.
Oh, gotcha. This is your hood. This is where you at.
And I knew you can't turn down there that certain way. But it's not like I don't do it all the time. It's not like people don't do it all the time. It's one of those things where like it makes utterly no sense to do it.
Yeah.
But at least that's how I felt before this morning.
Yeah.
The thing is, the cop did explain to me why they were doing it. Somebody did get run over.
Okay.
Wow.
A couple of days prior. And I thought to myself, that's weird. I mean, people get run over in any kind of street. In the first place, it was an accident. Why would they specifically start to stop people here? But then I thought, at that specific hour in the day, there is a massive amount of pedestrians walking by.
Right.
And it was weird that he gave me that perspective and that I was able to see that.
Yeah.
Because I was hella pissed about the ticket.
Right.
But it's crazy to think that it's just like there's reasons why things exist. There's reasons why they're there.
Right.
But it is on some bullshit that they were hiding
on the low, dude.
The low.
Yeah.
This man came out of nowhere like a shadow.
He was ready.
He said, this way. I thought he was trying to, gear me towards safety.
Yeah, he was like, oh, dope, he's helping me out.
Dope.
Wait, what?
He's gonna let me know something's good, or like they just gotta check licenses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was like, do you know why I stopped you? I said, no, do you? At least that's what I thought to myself. I did not say that, but I thought that to myself. And he was like, nah, yeah, man, you're not supposed to turn down that way at this hour. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. I did know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? So
I plead the fifth.
that's what I had
Wait,
to
the
do.
fifth.
You know? But yeah, he gave me the ticket. It is what it is. I'm going to have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was saying, that was one perspective it gave me. I could have been the dude ran over. There's always worse fates. If the ticket is what I'm walking away with, then I'm walking away.
I'm so glad you said that, because there's the thing I'm gonna keep saying. It's helped me have greater perspective in all aspects of life. Is that no matter what situation you're in, how horrible you may think it is, it could always be worse.
Yeah.
It could always be worse. And that's not to say like, oh, you can't take responsibility, but it's like if you're having a shitty day, if you got in an accident, hey, fender bender, could have been worse. You could have injured somebody, killed somebody. It could have been so much worse, So I'm glad you said that.
Life is not that Hobbs and Shaw shit.
No, it's definitely not. And it's like you just got to take the good with the bad. And when days are shitty, which we all have.
Hey, most of them are. Let's be real. Hey, most days are shitty.
Hey, imagine if your life was peachy, all roses and sunshine. I mean, where would you learn? I mean, where would you grow?
How would you know what's peachy if all your days are the same? You know
That's true. That's true.
It's
That's
crazy.
true.
Like just even that, like you said, everybody's days being peachy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's funny how the littlest things will completely spark the same amount of anger.
Yeah.
In somebody.
Yep.
It's just having a slight inconvenience because they don't understand that it's a slight inconvenience.
It's weird because it's like, I mean, you drive in LA, you see people's faces all the time. You come across, even not just LA, but just across the board. Mm-hmm. Like, you may have not seen them for a brief second, whatever the situation is. People are just really upset. Just they could look at you and they could curse at you through the window, and it's like, hey, when did we forget to just like look out for each other? I always think that because what if you're that person who gets your car flipped, right? And you need help, right? But what if you're also that same person who has road rage and you yell at other people and you're just not thinking about others? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want someone to come help you. Like, I'm always thinking about other people. No, I think that's the thing. Like, I'm always trying to help people who need help. I'm always considering like, okay, like you like flip me off, you're probably having a really bad day or you're angry about something.
Hey, what did we talk about yesterday? What did you say you heard for the first time from Joe Budden?
Oh, yeah. Hurt people, man. Boom. Hurt people, and that's so real to me.
I think that's where it stems from, bro. On some low-key David Goggins shit. You know how he talks about, like, pushing hard? Like, and speaking of the topic, like, faith and belief, right? Like being able to believe in something and go towards a goal,
right?
And like purposefully going towards that goal. Because if you don't, bro, you feel like, you feel depressed, you feel down, you don't have, like, pride in like what you do and who you are, and so like when somebody cuts you off, you think they're doing it to you on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then that's when you are, well, since you're trying to hurt me, I'll hurt you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas like when you have a goal you're going towards, when you can actually feel pride in your work, like you go, okay, like I don't have to think about me right now.
Yeah.
Like I can think about somebody else. I can try to help that person get to a healthy mind state that or at least get closer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You want to hear something crazy?
What's up?
I had this like, not epiphany, but realization last night. Mm-hmm. I said to myself, would it be a good idea if everyone who's a teenager, right? Everyone's go through the teenage years or whatever. They in order to become an actual like adult, let's say they're 18 years old. It's like, okay, one of the requirements is you need to work in a restaurant for a year. So you learn to deal with people, right off the bat. Because I feel like working in the restaurant industry, anything that has to do with providing a service, you're constantly dealing with people. And on both sides of the spectrum, people are the greatest human beings on earth and people who aren't. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like it gives me perspective, like that. I'm like, okay, I know how I want to treat people because I know what it's like to be treated like crap.
Yeah.
So I choose to treat people kinder.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I want to be treated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just feel like, why not? Like, why is it so hard for you to just, be like, okay, cool. Like, maybe he just didn't see me. Maybe he just turned the other way. Instead, it's like, fuck you. I'm flipping you off. Go to hell.
Well, what do you do? I was about to say, one of the things we talked about was tools we use. Like,
right.
What are one of the tools you said you use?
Oh, well, especially when I'm driving in LA, especially when I'm anxious because, like, it's dead stop, there's traffic, whatever. I just feel like we hold our breath, right? We tense up. We tense up when things aren't going our way, when we're angry, when we all get all bundled up. We hold really tight, which is, like, normal, right? But I think a lot of people forget to just breathe, man.
Boom.
Breathe. That's all. I mean, it seems silly to say, but it's like taking just a deep breath, man. It feels good.
Yeah, it's medicine, dude.
It just feels really good. And imagine if you just sat there and took a couple long, deep breaths, man. And that's all it takes, literally, just to feel even a little better. Just a little better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I apply that to everything, man. Because when I'm starting to feel like anxious or nervous or anything that makes me uncomfortable, I'm like, am I breathing? No, I haven't been breathing for like 20 minutes. Then right then my mind is like, all right, cool, like couple breaths. And obviously it's easy for us to say that, but it's, people forget to breathe sometimes,
Well, I mean, you say it's easy, but I mean, even though we know it, like, we still go through it.
Right.
Like, what I'm saying? Like, we just got hired over at Alamo Draft House, and like, I feel like, I didn't even think about breathing until like the third or fourth weekend, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like, and it's
intense,
like,
dude.
Why is my head going in these places? Why am I thinking about, why are these things looping? And it's like, well, damn, it's like I'm not even doing the thing that like gives me life. I'm not embracing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know what else I think it does that I think a lot of people like aren't down with? It's like when you take the time to breathe, that's you accepting that, okay, I'm going to deal with this one step at a time, no matter how long it takes. And bro, if there's one thing that just totally just makes me anxious, is thinking, fuck, I have an obstacle in front of me and I'm just about to start and who knows how long it's going to take me to get by it. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I know me, bro, like, especially living in today and like growing up with the internet and like apps, like, I like stuff. I like remedies now, dude. Like, it's tough for me to, like, I have to build the practice of continuing to recharge my faith and belief in myself, like, every day. You know what I'm saying?
It's work, man. It's day-to-day shit.
It's not a Band-Aid. It's you gotta.
I agree. I agree 100%. It's on some every day. What's in front of you? How are you gonna not only deal with the problem but find a solution?
Yes.
And that's how restaurants, anything having to do with giving a service to somebody when you're dealing with people and you have to have efficient customer service, right? And this is across the board with anything, whether you're acting, you're a filmmaker, you're working in a restaurant, whatever.
Yeah.
You got if there's a problem, which there almost always is a problem, you got to find the solution. It's never like, oh, all right, cool, there's a problem, I find the solution. It's always like, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Why do I have this problem?
Yeah.
Oh, why is life this way? Oh, why didn't I get that role? It's like, all right, how am I going to do better?
Yeah, there you go.
What am I going to do next time?
Focus on improvement.
How can I not make that mistake again? You know what I mean?
Hey, bro, I ain't even gonna front, bro. There's a movie that's hella underrated, a Disney movie called, I almost say Keep Moving Forward. It's called Meet the Robinsons. Have you heard of that movie, dude? Bro.
Time travel movie?
Yeah, bro.
Time
travel? You haven't seen it? Bro,
Damn.
hella underrated. Hey, you want to talk about a movie that's just on some real shit, just like, yo, like, these are the circumstances, these are the obstacles, these are the reasons why you shouldn't believe in yourself and do that anyway, and you can see where things can go, bro. I feel like it's such an underrated movie, bro. But one of the things is keep moving forward, and I feel like when you have that in mind, bro, when you have that in mind, you know what I'm saying? It's like we were talking about, you end up enjoying the journey and being like fully present in it,
right?
As opposed to, I'm not home already, so fuck you for making it take 3 seconds longer, 2 minutes longer. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
Right. No, I kind of wanted to add to what you're saying because it's such good stuff. I feel
it's that AM PM. You know what I'm saying?
Always open. No,
it's good stuff, motherfucker. That's the motto. Damn, dog.
I'm sorry. What? Always open. You're staying open. What?
Dang, Tom Brady threw you the reference. My man was just like.
No, I'm Edelman. I'm Edelman in the Super Bowl. Hey.
Oh, damn. Wait. Who's too much good stuff? Because you're right. Thank Heaven.
Thank Heaven 7-Eleven.
Oh, Thank Heaven 7-Eleven. So AM PM is too much good stuff, right?
It has to be.
Too much good stuff. All right, man. Step your reference
what
game
I was
up,
gonna say, relax, relax. It's fine. I was gonna say, we are aware, right? We're aware of these things.
When we can be. You know,
right. And again, it's going to go that idea of like how lucky we are.
Yeah.
How blessed and fortunate we are to be where we are in our lives, to be breathing, to like have a roof over our heads, to, you know, have all of our limbs, and just something as small as that.
Yeah.
You know, things we take for granted,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little bit about who we are as well, because when things go wrong, we forget about these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because we're just like everyone, you know, human beings, people, we all take things for granted. And, you know, we just got to, you know, remind ourselves like, hey, we are all out here trying to do something with our lives, right?
Yeah, we're trying to do something.
Yeah, we're trying to do something. We're just trying to get busy.
I woke up, I was breathing.
I'm good.
I think I'm supposed to be doing something. I'm told I only have so much time left.
Hey, because we never know, man. We really never know. And that's the great mystery is we never know where we're going to go. And that's what makes me feel extra lucky. And so whenever I drive by and there's an accident, and I'm not somewhere where I need to be, or something isn't going my way, it's easy to get caught up in the anger and frustration, rather than use it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, today might not be your day, but how are you gonna fix it? What are you gonna do,
bro?
You know what I'm saying?
It makes me think, and just think about it now. It's like it makes me think about how like we don't realize, but when we're young kids, like we're building up the muscle of imagination,
right?
And like how much when we get older, we don't use that as a tool. But even in reading and listening to David Goggins, like he brings up how much like when he has to go through something, when he has to surpass an obstacle, like he goes into his imagination, and it's like, damn, bro, just literally biologically, we're developing the skills that are gonna help us surpass the, you know, majority of the days in life not living up to our utopian or good expectation. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a trip. It's like how much we can just use our imagination, like you said. All right, how am I going to see this from a different angle? How am I going to see this as a challenge I've been given, as opposed to this unwanted threat that I feel like is supposed to stop me? It's like, no, like it's your create a narrative, create something that's going to allow you to get past it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like, how does that entail relate to stepping out on faith? How do we use that as a tool to step out on faith when we want to succeed into something?
Yeah. Well, I think one of the things in answering that question is like realizing like, all right, we know we have this vision of like, all right, I see myself not giving in, but I think one of the things that helps, bro, is to know, okay, like there's gonna be times I'm gonna give in, I'm gonna fail, like just to know that, like to know it and accept it, and then so that way when you're going hard, like you know, all right, like I'm just gonna keep pushing. And so that way, when this thing happens, when we go through these fluctuations, it's like it's expected. Like I know this is gonna happen. I know I need to develop the tools to get past. Like this isn't something I'm trying to avoid. Like where are the struggles? Give me the struggles. I need to get better. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy is acting is the one thing in my life that said fail, because we're conditioned to only succeed. Like there has never been a class, there has never been a teacher, at least to my recollection, literally up until the point I got to college, that has said, no, fail big, because you will learn when you fail. It's always like, get these grades, you need to study, you need to be great, you need to get A+. If you don't, you failed.
Red markings and shit, like stop, halt, like alarming looking.
And you know what's crazy is, you know, this thing about faith is whenever people tell me things about, you know, whether they're quitting a job or they're stopping one thing to chase something that they've always wanted, I'm always like, yo, whatever it is, it don't matter what it is. If what you're doing now ain't fueling you, if it isn't giving you a self of like, I'm doing something with my life, if it ain't giving you purpose, hey, it doesn't matter what it is, go do that thing. And, you know, we talk about faith, bro, 4 years straight, okay, I have been trying to go to grad school. Now, for those who don't know, in order to get into an acting program,
you talk to the people, you know what I'm saying? Let them know what's up. They want to see your good face.
In order to
can I get the Drake? No, I'm joking.
Imagine that was a haircut or like a bar. I go to the bar, I sit down, and I'm like, I want the Drake.
It's like, give me the Aubrey Graham.
Can I get the Drake?
Can I get it neat?
Clean. I want it extra clean.
With a little Degrassi on the side.
Oh my God, for real? Okay. No, but what I was saying is,
I know, bro. Those 4 years of boot camp and Hell Week, dog.
If there's anything that's tested me more, right? It's like life saying, "How bad do you want it?"
Hey, you know what? Go into that last moment where you said it was the third time, because the fourth time you got in, right? Mm-hmm. You were telling me about the story where you literally, I think it was the third. You didn't get any callbacks the third time?
I did get callbacks the third time.
You got third base
I made it to New York the third time.
And then you went, and then I remember you saying something about you being in a bar, bro, and you were just like, "What the fuck?" Was that after the first time or the second time?
No, so check us out. There's an audition out there.
Yeah.
It's called IRTA. And it's basically, depending where you are, there's a 3-city tour every year if you want to go to grad school. They have it in New York, Chicago, and San Francisco. So there is one audition that you do that is basically 30 plus schools, right? You do one audition for all 30 schools. So the first time I did that audition, the very first time, right? Spent months training with other people I went to school with, your friends, classmates, you name it, right? So you're making these leaps in the training and the preparation. You get to the audition, do the thing, felt great. Then it comes to the time where there's a callback, right? Basically how it goes is you've done this.
Yeah.
You wait in a room with everyone who auditioned that day, and they hand out the callback sheets. You get a sheet, has the schools that want to meet with you, and they're the schools that call you back.
Yeah.
So first time I did this audition, all of my friends were getting callbacks left and right. Like so many, right?
Yeah.
I get my paper, not one callback. Everyone was celebrating. And I was the only one who didn't get anything. In the moment, I felt like a complete fuck up. Not failure, fuck up. Like, what am I doing with my life? I'm not even, am I been bullshitting, wasting time trying to do this acting thing?
Yeah.
Did I just waste going to college to do this thing? So the second I saw that paper, I didn't talk to nobody. Everyone was celebrating because once you get the paper, meetings start like immediately.
Yeah, you got to head up there.
So while everyone was celebrating, getting all jazzed and comparing callbacks, I went straight downstairs. Found the closest hotel bar, and I ordered 2 shots of Jameson.
How metaphorical. You felt down to the depths. You went down to the depths, and that's where you...
That's where the bar was at.
Goddamn.
That's where the people go. Damn, when they need a drink, right?
You put the bar hella low on purpose and shit.
So anyway, I know. Why wasn't it a rooftop bar, bro? Whatever. Anyway.
Cups in the basement. Yeah, damn. You're right, dog. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you don't want people drinking.
Never mind. Keep that shit on the ground. Keep that bar on the ground. Keep the bar on the ground.
Redact that from the tape.
So anyway, horrible experience, but it was such, like, talk about learning. It was the ultimate test. Like, you really want this? How bad? It was like life. Be like, how bad do you want it? Do you really want it? Because not everyone makes it in this shit. So how bad do you want it? Because I've been saying for years I wanted to go do grad school.
Start getting real with yourself.
Start getting real.
Yeah.
So every year it felt like I got a little farther. So my first year, no callbacks. Second year, Rutgers waitlisted me.
Yeah.
And it was like exciting because I had a great audition. I loved it. It was amazing, right?
Yeah.
Nothing happened there, but I got waitlisted. It was cool.
Yeah.
So then third year happened, and that happened.
Yeah.
Didn't get no callbacks, right? However, I got lucky and made it to the final round of callbacks with New School. Went to New York, met great people, did a 24-hour play festival. It was awesome. I was in the last, I think there was 25 people.
Yeah.
And they picked like 16. So I made it all the way to New York. It was sick. I was in New York for the first time. It was amazing. However, didn't make it.
Sick trip. Yeah.
So I was questioning a lot then too. First year at audition, then the New York experience, all in 1 year. And
surpassing these levels, but then still not meeting the goal.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, even getting called back by NYU.
Yeah, like Mario and shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, that happened. And then I felt defeated, man. Really defeated. I felt like maybe this ain't for me. Maybe I got it all wrong. I don't know. All my friends are in grad school. They're going to grad school. Like, I want this so bad, but maybe I don't got it. So I don't audition the next year.
Yeah.
Then audition again 2 years later, which is earlier this year.
Yeah.
Except this time it was different. I risked it all, quit my job.
So what was different about your belief between the third and the fourth time?
Oh, the stakes for sure. The stakes weren't high. Like,
so you think with the rising of the stakes, your belief in yourself and your faith in what you were doing like got stronger?
It was like I always had a plan B. You know, like if I don't get into grad school, at least I'm in this show. I don't get into grad school, I'll try next year. I don't get into grad school, I can do this instead.
It kept you from going all the way full throttle.
All in.
Okay.
So this year, did it again.
Yeah.
Except this time, I said, how am I going to do this differently, right? Quit my full-time job. I didn't care if I was going to be broke for 4 months. I said, this is what I want. I don't want to be working a full-time dead-end job anymore.
Yeah.
And I auditioned. Except this time when I auditioned, I realized there were some things that I wasn't dealing with, right?
Boom.
And it's kind of like admitting like to what's really going on with you.
Yeah.
Right? I'm afraid to fail. I'm afraid that I'm not going to get it this time. And it's just having faith, man.
Yeah.
Just having faith in yourself, because for a long time it always felt like I was half in. Like, yeah, I believe in myself, but I'm also like, I'm okay if I don't get in.
Yeah, I can kind of see that too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I knew I was afraid, so I admitted to that. The first day I sat with my mentor, Hugh O'Gorman. Shout out to Hugh O'Gorman. Mm-hmm. First day we met, told him how scared I was.
Big ups to you. Yeah.
Told him that I was so filled with anxiety and riddled, and I felt paralyzed.
Yeah.
It was the first time I gave in and put it out into the air how afraid I was.
Yeah.
And I just admitted all the things I was feeling. Like, gave into my vulnerability, and bam, the empowerment of like what I was feeling came.
Yeah.
Because that's when the work started to really happen for me. And long story short, I got to the ERTA audition. Got called back by 9 schools, got accepted into 2, one of them being Cal Arts, another one being UK school, Birmingham Conservatory, which was like, UK. I was so torn, man. I was so torn.
Birmingham.
It was like Birmingham, like the Peaky Blinders.
Birmingham.
I would have been down the street from them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was, I had to really leap.
Yeah.
Like full blown, like to the point where I was like, if I don't make it, I might like not survive. The stakes had to be life or death.
So then I have a question for you then. So with believing in this level, right? Mm-hmm. And Jose had brought up earlier, so what it's August 5th right now? So this past weekend there's been like, I mean, it feels like more than a few, but definitely it's been a few shootings. Was it El Paso, Texas, correct? Mm-hmm. And then was it Dayton, Ohio?
Yep.
In Dayton, Ohio.
And that Garlic Festival one.
Yeah,
in Cali.
Yep, exactly. And so with this belief in you know ourselves and having that confidence in our goals, how was that mind change? How was your mind affected by the seemingly randomness, not randomness of the person shooting, but randomness of just being a victim of just living your life, you know, trying to do something positive or going about your day, and you can be taken out at any time, and then we're exposed to all that. How does that, how and in what way does that affect your mindset about, you know, like you said, feeling appreciative about what you have, and that these obstacles like are actually blessings because you're still breathing?
Well, first of all, it's horrible, right?
Yeah.
Like, how long has this conversation been going, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw an article earlier to the point where it's like I see the article, I didn't want to read it because it's like it feels like history is just repeating.
Yeah.
Right? Not to get too into the politics of it, but to just say how it feels like it's so normal, right? But for me, like, I'll get an alert, like, you know, LA Times, CNN. I don't know if you guys have like alerts with news things or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I get alerts. Like, I like to be informed, especially with like science and things that are going on in the world. So I'm like informed on things.
Yeah.
But whenever I see that, you know, it really does. Like, I was talking to my mom. I was literally on the couch with her and we were talking and the alert went on and she was like, what? And I was like, sorry, I didn't mean to like not pay attention, but like there was another shooting and like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I feel a specific way because, yes, I am appreciative of where I am. I I'm just like everyone else, and you know, I do take things for granted sometimes, but when I realize I try to bring myself down, you know, back to earth and be like, you know what, like, I am really lucky.
Yeah.
I am fucking lucky to be breathing, to not be in a hospital bed, in a coma, or whatever tragic situation I could be in.
Yeah.
That other people are dealing with, right? But I feel a way specifically because I kind of brought up the story earlier about what happened in Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, not to take too long about the story, but I went to Life is Beautiful a couple years back, right? And then there was that shooting with the guy, Mandela Bay, and he that I think was I don't know what festival it was. I can't remember the name. I think it was a country music festival, right?
Mm-hmm. Still wasn't Stagecoach? No. That's in Cali, right?
Yeah. No, this was in Vegas. It was like it was a country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The week before, was Life is Beautiful. This man was looking at the condos, the properties overlooking the festival, okay? When I was watching Russ and Chance the Rapper and all the headliners, when I was at those stages, you saw those buildings overlooked. They overlooked the festival, right?
Yeah.
My man, he was literally scoping us out. Literally. That festival could have been me. Could have been us.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how close, right? And, you know, when it actually happened, a friend of mine, he hit me up and was like, yo, like, what's going on? Are you okay? And I was like, I'm at home, dude. Like, what's up? It's 2 a.m, you know? And I was watching the news when it was unfolding.
Yeah.
But he thought I was there because, you know, a couple friends knew I was going to Vegas.
Yeah.
What date was this? What time was it? I gotta look that up.
So it was in September, I believe.
No internet in here.
It was September 2017. It was in 2017.
Okay.
And it was during, like, the headliner of the festival. So it was like midnight, 1 a.m. when all the news started coming in. So I was watching this news, right? They update it, right? They update it. Oh, like, they give you updates. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
The whole time I was sitting there, and I was like, that could have been us. Like, that's how close we were. Like, he was literally scoping us out. So as far as... Man, it's so sad. It is so sad. It's like you just never know when you're gonna go.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm at loss of words, man. I really am. It's so sad. It's so sad that it's gotten to this point, right, where the conversation is still ongoing and there isn't no action, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, but also it's like, what a tough situation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, we obviously know, like, we don't want tragedies like that to happen, but it's like, you know, when you have so it's like, you know, in talking about, like, you know, we listen to Joe Rogan and like and Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I only bring those two up because hearing those conversations got me to realize, like, in terms of the timeline, like how much we think is a lot and how much it is really just a little. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like the idea that, like, you have all these people. So just literally probability wise, there's going to be a small percentage that are like this. And so it's like, dang, like something that's literally in the numbers. It's like, how do you rectify that situation? You know, like almost anything that isn't strictly numbers is, you know, is going to overlap, come under, you know what I mean? So it's like those situations, it not only does it hurt, but it's like, all right, so, you know, in what ways can you combat it? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we can write legislation, but I mean, the idea is that somebody was doing something they weren't supposed to do and they ended up getting away with it. Well, or not getting away with it, but at least, you know, inflicting their violence upon people.
Right, and I think it all comes back to this essential idea, right? Like, when did we stop looking out for each other? Right? And I'm not saying, like...
But when did we start?
I mean, why are we not, right? Like, why are we not? Why is it always, I feel like it's always me versus you, this side versus that side. And it's like, I get it. Like, everyone has their opinions. Yeah. Everyone has their perspectives, and I understand. But if there's one thing everyone can agree on is that, like, no one wants the violence.
But I think
no one wants... I mean, bro.
No, I feel you.
It's tough, bro.
But I think we all agree on that. That's the interesting part.
Yeah.
It's like we get caught up in screaming at each other.
Yeah.
But it is the people that did it. Like, and not to say there's nothing that we can do outside of that, but it's the idea that, you know, that these people, it is a small percentage of a lot of people, and that if we want the world to keep going in the direction that our country, world, whatever, like, it's good that we can live together and disagree. Like, I think that's how you get there, because literally, bro, it's like someone walking on a tightrope. Like, if you, and I use Republican and Democrat as just two spectrums, but bro, if you're walking on a tightrope and you want to keep moving forward, if you take one of those off, you tilt. Yeah. You don't keep balance. Things fall, and in the same way the other way.
Yeah, and I think you know what is crazy is that a podcast like this, you know, where we can just have a conversation.
I guess you're right. The conversation never ends. The conversation never ends.
I just wanted to say, I kind of want to give a minute to Jose before once I finish. I think it's just having the healthy dialogue, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not to like dilute from the idea that we're done talking about the fact that this thing is happening and it's ongoing and happens way more here than anywhere else, right? But it's the idea to come together and have a fucking meaningful conversation about something, right? So that we can all learn something.
Yeah.
Right? And not to get too political, but it's the idea about any topic, right? Whatever you feel passionate about. Where, like, it should be about coming to a table like this, talking about things, putting cards on the table, and having an open conversation about something, right?
Yep.
I mean, like, it's better than not. You know, than being on social media and bashing each other and trolling and, you know, anything else just seems like it's not productive.
Yeah, I mean, we see what happens when you don't communicate. Like, the tragedies this weekend, like those dudes chose not to talk and discuss. They chose to inflict their violence.
So Jose, I know you had some interesting things earlier. I think you definitely like have some great insight on this.
Right. I think it's just to relate to the topic. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is something random, right? I think you said something about, you used the phrase, Anthony, that could have been us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? How many times do we say that and use that in a negative fashion in our own lives?
Mm.
How many times do we think and we look at success or we look at certain things we wanted to do?
Right.
How many times, not to get personal, but when you're at the bar, how many times did you say that when people were celebrating about you? That could have been us. So it's sometimes that phrasing is very interesting.
Yeah.
What stood out to me in this conversation was that could have been us, both in a negative way,
mm-hmm.
and it can be you in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a very harsh topic, like you said. It's a hard conversation to have.
For sure.
It's a hard reflection. It's never good looking at your own reflection.
Yeah, for sure.
And as a country, it's time that we do so. Yeah. It's time that we figure out what that balance is.
Yeah.
Because it's out of balance.
Yeah.
Things like this is when the tightrope has given in.
Yeah.
This is that moment. So what do we do to get back up? What do we do to find that balance again, so that this doesn't keep happening?
Yeah.
Because we're all on the tightrope, right?
Yeah.
We're going out on fate, and we're gonna fall. We're gonna fail.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure it out. But we gotta keep moving forward.
Born on a tightrope.
But you know, to conclude,
it's like a memoir.
Yeah.
Born on a tightrope.
You know what I love about like what we're doing here is, you know, once you started bringing up the idea of like
getting mud. No, I'm joking.
I was about to like try to find the words here. That's funny. Like I struggle, right? I struggle with communicating, right? And when we actually were talking about doing this, I also thought it would have been great to do it because it's like there's like a little bit of fear about not being understood, right? Or not being able to communicate, right? So that you will understand what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
What I love about it is that, you know, we won't be the same who we are in a year from now, 5 years from now,
tomorrow,
10 years, right? Tomorrow we might be different, right?
Yeah.
I love the idea of being with some people that I love and cherish, right, in this room, and whoever's listening and supportive of the same ideas that we have, right? You know, like, it should never be about a finished product. Like, I know I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
You know, we're human. You know, we strive to be better, right? The conversation will never end when it comes to this, and I love the idea of improving not only myself but others around me, as far as like being able to speak and formulate these thoughts, right? Because I feel like that's a big part of it too. You know, when you want to be heard, you know, a lot of the time, for me at least, it was like, I don't know how to say what I'm feeling. So that's why I really love this idea, because I know it can be really fun but also informative, and not only could I learn, but I could also like learn with y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm just down for the ride, you know what I mean? And Woo-hoo! I'm excited, you know.
You must be this dope to ride.
I know. And you know, it's sad that we have to again be talking about something so tragic, but it needs to be, you know, it needs to be said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think everyone's got a voice. Everyone, you know, that's why I feel like voting is so important, because it's the one thing you get to do, right? To voice your opinion, right?
Anthony here.
I don't want to be a politician.
Look at young Anthony 2020 over here.
I want to keep things on the ground, as far as like us being able to communicate with each other and with an audience. You know what I'm saying? To get you to think about whatever it is you're going through in your day.
Yeah.
Whatever, how big or small it might be.
And if you don't agree with us, please. We want those.
Yeah.
Because we want to disagree. I want to learn some shit.
Yeah, me too. You know, we're not all going to agree.
I learn from this dude all the time. I need to learn from somebody different. You know what I'm saying?
We're not all going to agree.
Yeah,
and I think that's the thing too. Like, we have to invite almost like, hey, like, let's all like talk. Let's exchange ideas. We're not going to agree. Otherwise, it'd be a boring world.
Yeah,
if we all agreed on the same things all the time.
1984.
Well, what's important is to keep the conversation.
Keep the conversation going. We're brothers.
Oh my
we're
God.
Happy and we're talking.
I'm done with you, bro. I'm done with you.
All right, y'all.
Stay tuned. You know, it's just the beginning.
Yep.
Just look forward to hear more from us and Jose. You know, we all are going to be diving into many things, as well as having a great time and exploring the possibilities of where this might take us.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying.
For the uninitiated.
Oh, darkness. Oh, the microphone is your ally.
I hadn't seen the mic until I was already a man, and by then it was nothing to me but blinding. All right, y'all. Yo, we'll see you next time.
Thanks again, for tuning in.
Big ups to Ethos for giving us this opportunity.
Shout out to Ethos.
Yeah, shout out
Dave
to
and Charles. Shout out to y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Love. And we'll see y'all next time. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Peace.
Mwah.